Zondervan presents Season of Blessing, Book 4 in the Seasons series by Beverly LaHaye and Terri Blackstock. Read by Cathy Garver.
This book is dedicated to cancer patients everywhere, and to those whose lives have been altered because someone they love has fought this disease, and to the great physician who sometimes cures here on earth and sometimes heals by taking us home. I will sing to the Lord all my life. I will sing praise to my God as long as I live. Psalm 104, verse 33. Chapter 1. Sylvia Bryan had always considered the words early detection to have more to do with others than herself. She had never had anything that needed early detecting, and if she had any say in the matter, which apparently she did not, she would just as soon jump to the best possible conclusion and proclaim the lump in her breast to be a swollen gland or a benign cyst. Then she could get back to her work in Nicaragua and stop being so body-conscious. But Harry had insisted on a complete physical because of her fatigue and weakness, and had sent her home from the mission field to undergo a battery of tests that befitted a woman of her age. She had been insulted by that. "I hope I don't have to remind you that you're a man of my age," she told him, "so you don't have to go treating me like I'm over the hill at 54. Harry had bristled. "I'm just saying that there are things you're at greater risk for, and I want to rule all of them out. You're not well, Sylvia. Something's wrong." She had had to defer to him, because deep down she had been concerned about her condition as well. It wasn't like her to be so tired. She had chalked it up to the brutal August heat in Nicaragua, but she'd weathered last summer there without a hitch. For most of her life she'd had an endless supply of energy. Now she had trouble making it to noon without having to lie down. So he'd sent her home to Breezewood, Tennessee, to see an internist at the hospital where he'd practiced as a cardiologist for most of his life. After just a few tests, he'd diagnosed her with a bad case of anemia, which explained her condition. But then he'd gone too far and found a lump in her breast. She'd gone for a mammogram then, certain that the lump was nothing more than a swollen gland. The radiologist had asked to see her in his office. Jim Montgomery was one of Harry's roommates in medical school, and he came into the room holding her film. He'd always had an annoying way of pleating his brows and looking deeply concerned, whether he really was or not. He wore that expression now as he quietly took his seat behind his desk and clipped the mammogram film onto the lightbox behind him. Sylvia wasn't in the mood for theatrics. "Okay, Jim, I know you want to be thorough and everything for Harry's sake, but my problem has already been diagnosed. I'm badly anemic, which explains all my fatigue, so you can relax and quit looking for some terminal disease." Jim turned on the lightbox and studied the breast on the film. With his pencil, he pointed to a white area. "Sylvia, you have a suspicious mass in your left breast." Sylvia stiffened. "What does that mean, a suspicious mass?" "It means that there's a tumor there. It's about 3 centimeters, right here in the upper outer aspect of your left breast." He made an imaginary circle over the film with his pencil. Sylvia got up and moved closer to the film, staring at the offensive blob. She studied it objectively, as if looking at some other woman's X-ray. It couldn't be hers. Wouldn't she have known if something that ominous lay hidden in her breast tissue? "Are you sure you didn't get my film mixed up with someone else's?" "Of course I'm sure." He tipped his head back and studied the mass through the bottom of his glasses. "Sylvia, do you do self-breast exams?" She felt as if she'd been
Sample complete. Ready to continue?